Hey there everybody, my name is George. I'm the founder here at Extension Ecom, and today we're going to be walking through some SEO best practices, discussing indexing and ranking on the Amazon platform. And for today's table of contents, we're going to discuss, should we focus on indexing or ranking? In the event that you need to focus on indexing, we'll chat through what to do. In the event that you need to focus on ranking, we'll also discuss best practices. And lastly, we'll outline clear action items for you to take after watching this video. So let's start off with, should we focus on one or the other? Well, first thing we need to do is we need to take your ASIN and we need to run it through Helium 10 Cerebro, and we need to identify, are these listings indexing for less than 800 keywords or more than 800 keywords? In the event that it's less, we need to focus on indexing. Indexing meaning that the algorithm is going to understand that we should appear on these terms and allow us to appear on these terms. Ranking meaning that the algorithm will prioritize putting us higher up on page one or on page one to start with. So let's chat through a couple of examples here. The first is going to be Bull Ring. It's a retractable ratchet tie down strap. We can see that it has 700 total keywords indexed for. So we need to just focus on indexing for more terms. While US Cargo has 1500-ish keywords that it's indexing for. So in that situation, we want to focus on improving its rank, getting it either to page one or top of page one. So for Bull Ring, we need to focus on maximizing character count across titles, bullets, description, generic keywords, alt text, etc. by utilizing high search volume relevant keywords as often as possible. Now for US Cargo, we need to do minor tweaks to listing SEO. We don't want to make big changes because it's already in a great spot. And we just want to supplementally add in keywords that we could potentially rank for either page one or top of page one. We want to add in specific PPC campaigns to push that rank and increase sales velocity on those specific terms. And we want to potentially change keywords in our main image, align them with the front of the title so we can get the click more often. So let's start off with indexing in the event that you are in Bull Ring's position. You can see here, this is how Bull Ring has their listing set up. You can see they're a little bit light on character count here, 196, 186, 194, 198, 190. We would recommend these listings be as high from a character count standpoint as possible. So here you can see the difference. We can see that we are now anywhere from 480 characters to 498 characters, and anything that is highlighted green is a specific term for SEO purposes in the titles, in the bullets, and in this product description on the right-hand side. Now, we can also add in generic keywords on the back end of Amazon. We don't highlight these green because every single word in these should be with the intention of indexing or ranking. So they're purely for SEO. You can see we include no grammar, minimal to no duplicates, and we really want to just cast the widest possible net. And this is going to help us get to that 800 keyword mark that we need to hit. From there, when it comes to ranking, hey there everybody, I just wanted to jump in real quick and let you all know that we actually do this all day, every day as an agency. We have over 40 active clients that have generated over $100 million in the trailing 12 months on Amazon. And if you want our support scaling your Amazon business, feel free to click the link in the description below, go over to our website and book a call there. I look forward to chatting with you. And with that being said, let's jump back into the video. When it comes to ranking, we look at US Cargo and say, hey, they're already at 1450. That's a ton. How do we get them now? Again, page one or top of page one on as many terms as possible. So first thing we want to do is just look at the super ultra high volume stuff. We can see that they're really not in a position to push for page one across almost any of these terms except for heavy duty ratchet straps right here, right? So just heavy duty ratchet straps they stand a chance on, where they're 28, which is probably either top of page two or bottom of page one. So we want to really hone in on those terms, and we can see here that this is anything where they're ranking less than 54. So we actually stand a chance at making a push. And just a quick side note for Bull Ring, this is why you wouldn't want to focus on ranking, is they literally only rank top 50 across 4 terms. So it's going to be higher ROI to get them appearing on far more terms. And what that will do in the process is they'll rank, they'll have more terms they're ranking for that you can really niche down. The other call out is they really only have 3 because Bull Ring is their own brand name. So people are already going to find them through that. Now, let's say we're US Cargo again. We want to start by just identifying like what are those terms that we want to look at here. So we're, highlighting 5 specific terms because these are terms that they rank well on, right? We can see anywhere from rank 21 to 33. They have good search volume across all 5 of these. We're looking at nearly 6,000 in search volume, or a little bit over 6,000 in search volume. And what we want to do is we want to say, okay, these are the words we want to supplementally add into the listing, for sure within the generic keywords and the alt text and the description, but also in spots that it makes sense within the title and the bullets, as long as it doesn't hurt the existing SEO. So don't change the entire listing, just add it in where it makes sense. Now, from a PPC perspective, we want to take these terms, they're all closely related, and we want to put them in specific campaigns focused on rank. We're going to loosen up our ACOS goal because the goal goal is not to generate profitable, sales. Now, don't generate like horribly unprofitable sales, right? Don't run these at like 100% ACoS for a ratchet strap brand. That's just never going to work. Maybe if you're, a CPG company, but for a ratchet strap brand, right? Maybe your goal for these is like 50, 60%, right? And then we also want to leverage the top of search modifier so that we get more and more clicks on page one and more sales on page one to signal to the algorithm that we're a great product to list on page one. Next up is our main image. So what we have here is two of the top sellers. We have the best seller and we have the overall pick from Amazon. And you can see that they are very clearly including into their image within the packages some priority keywords. You can see Rhino USA utilizing medium duty ratchet tie down set, and you can see Augo utilizing heavy duty ratchet tie down set. So we would want to replicate that. It looks like our number one term we're going after is heavy duty ratchet straps. So we would want to include that in big and bold. And then because this is a 2-inch ratchet strap, and you can see that they're doing quite well on 3 of those terms, we'd probably want to include that. Similar to how Augo has that 2,200 pound, very easy to see. We could add in like, 2-inch somewhere into the packaging. That's going to help you get more clicks. So now what we've done is from an SEO perspective, is we've really pushed those terms at the algorithm. From a PPC perspective, is we're now appearing on those terms consistently, and we're generating more sales velocity on those keywords, which will increase rank on those terms. And lastly, we're also getting more clicks on those terms. We're increasing our click-through rate. So all of these things are going to signal to the algorithm that we're good for page one or top of page one, and it's going to push our product in the right direction. It will take time, but it will push us in the right direction. And speaking of time, we want to make sure we track these things. We want to track rank over the course of the long haul, not on a day-by-day basis. Day-by-day basis, things will fluctuate constantly. But what we want to see on a macro trend is the rank is going in the right direction. So in order to do this, you're going to go ahead and go into Helium 10 keyword tracker. You're going to add the keywords for the parentage that you want to track, and you want to double check these on a weekly to monthly basis to see how these listings are trending. Okay, so let's talk about some action items. So first thing you need to do is run your ASIN or ASINs through Helium 10 Cerebro to identify how many keywords you're indexing for. If you're below 800 keywords indexed for, go ahead and revamp your title, bullets, generic keywords, alt text, etc. Get as many terms in there as possible. Now, if you're above 800 keywords, focus on supplemental increases to SEO. Focus on building out exact match PPC campaigns to push sales velocity, and leverage specific keywords within your main image to increase click-through rate, which will then increase your sales as well to signal to the algorithm that you're ready for page one. If you focus on doing these 3 things after the call, you're going to be pushing your business in the right direction today. So that's everything for the video. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.